All right, so I think I'm live. Let me see, girl. I'm going to try to access this on my trying to access it on my iPad, but it's not showing on my channel just yet. So let me see. Of course, for the replay, I will edit this part out. Going to my channel, hitting live. There we go. I'm showing up. Yay, that's so cute. There's 2 people watching. Okay. So, yay! Now I'm on my thing. Oh my God, my husband is on here. Hey, boo! I decided to go live, okay? All right. So, as the people are coming in, first of all, let me tell you why we're here. First and foremost, hola, Chromogens. I do not go live. Okay, y'all know I do not go live, and one of the main reasons why I don't go live is because it creates somewhat of a buffer between me and the mean people of the internet, just a slight buffer for me to just have videos that I've edited, I've really thought about what I'm saying, and then I post it after the fact. So that's part of the reason why I don't go live. Another part, and I'll be real like open and transparent here, is I have a speech impediment. Surprise! I know some of you guys didn't know that about me, but I have a speech impediment. I'm talking getting pulled out of class when I was in elementary school regularly because of my speech impediment. And so what that is that if I get really excited, the speech person said that I think faster than I speak. So I will like repeat a sound a couple of times or repeat a word a couple of times until I get it out. And then I'll move on. And so in my videos, if I get really excited, I will just edit it out, of course. And then another thing that I'll do is I will like mix up the first letters of words, and I'll say something that is just so like wrong. And usually when I catch myself doing that in my videos, I'll say the thing again, edit out the part where I messed up, and we move on and we're good. So yes, slightly afraid of the internet, and I have a speech impediment. And so that, oh, I just had a cat jump on me. Do you want to be in a video, Elora? Hey. Oh, oh. Okay. So anyway, the reason we're here is because I just got out, like randomly was like, oh, ask me a question, fam. Like I'm chilling, right? And y'all came in with the questions, and even the ones that I got, I was like, okay, so I definitely, these are beyond the level of like typing something. But then if I made a video, it would be a really long video, and people are more so receptive to sit for a long period of time if it's a live. So ultimately, I had to go live. So that is why we're here. Now she's playing with these. So let's see. We got my husband. We got Chromogens. We got Michelle's daughter. We got TJ. And the other people, they aren't saying anything. Can I see who's here if they're not talking? I don't know. I guess not. I guess not. So I'm going to go ahead and start answering some of these questions that we have here. Thank you guys for the thumbs up too. I can see that three people thumbs up the video, which is cool too. All right. So the first question was from Adaria PO 1502. And they said, if you were not a teacher, what other career field would you be in? Hey, Sincerely Able. Here's the thing. Interestingly enough, I'm not a teacher. And I have not been for over a year. So I guess this one is easy to answer because I am already in another career field. So my career field, I am what is called a customer success manager. That is the generic name of the field that I work in. So customer success is not the same as like customer support people, like the people that you contact when you have a problem or an issue with something that help you, the people with the headsets. That's not me. That's not what I do. I think the best way to explain a customer success manager would be people who, like say you go to a high-end store, right? And they assign a shopper to shop with you. And that person follows you around the store. They show you all the like features of the store, the best parts of the store. They compliment your personal style. Like they hear your story of what you like to wear, and they help find items that are like that. That like luxury glove, hold your hand type shopping experience, right? That's kind of what I do in my job. So customer success managers tend to work at companies that have some sort of subscription model. And so they will teach you how to use the product or service. They will support you. They'll host meetings throughout your journey with that product or service, all with the aim and the goal of keeping you subscribing, like keeping you on the platform. So I work for an education technology company, or rather ed tech, okay? So in the ed tech field, our customers are schools, teachers, principals, district people. And for some reason in the ed tech space, they don't like to call people customers. It's really weird. They call them different things. So my official, like my job title that like my specific job calls it is not a customer success manager. They've replaced the word customer with some other stuff. So when I was looking for a job, some of the things that I've seen have been like partnership success manager, partnership manager, school success manager, school partnerships manager. It'll be names like that. I enjoy my current job because I do use skills as a teacher. I present to people in large groups, so I teach still. It's just adults. I teach kids sometimes too. So sometimes I'll go to a school and I will teach kids in a class. I will help teachers develop lesson plans. I will do those type of things. So my job, I still use my teaching skills, but Daria, I am not a teacher. I did not teach in the last school year, and I will not be going to the next school year. In fact, my license is set to expire after next year. Everybody keeps saying renew it for a backup, and I'm like, for what? Like backup is I'm just gonna get another customer success job, or backup is I'm just gonna go work at another ed tech company. The jobs are out there, y'all. They're plentiful. The market is here. If you don't believe me, if you're a teacher, anything you use on your computer with your kids is ed tech, and they all have careers pages. Start clicking to see what I'm talking about. Oh look, we got some more people that joined. What's up, Melina? What's good? Ooh, Monica, what's good, sis? These are names I recognize. I'm excited. These are people, I feel like I know these people. All right, so still with Daria's questions. I know you didn't try to bite me, sis. You're gonna have to go. Juan, come get your cat. Come get your cat. So anyway, it says, you may have mentioned this. Do you have a Caribbean background? First of all, I'm really curious where this question is coming from. Like, just like an intense curiosity. And to that I say, you don't catch the dirt road in this? You don't see the dirt road in here? No, I do not have a Caribbean background. I am all the way 100% Alabama, dirt road, Gulf Coast. When certain songs play, find an umbrella or a napkin off the table will do, because we gon' second line. We gonna do a line dance or a slide to everything, okay? If you've ever been to New Orleans, our culture is very similar to that, except we're the birthplace of Mardi Gras and not them. So, yeah, I find that interesting. I kind of felt like it was obvious that I'm like dirty road Southern. We fry the fish we fry the French fries in the same grease as the fries. Juan says he's on his way home, y'all. Probably to come get his cat. She's all right, but you can bring me my potatoes in when they done. He's not in the house, y'all, while he's messaging. But yeah, I find it interesting that y'all don't pick up the dirt country road in me. And when I say Alabama, this certain area of Alabama, like y'all, second and third cousins, there's a country, my potatoes are done, we'll let them cool. There's a dirt country road that goes up where everyone, there's a church, and everyone in the graveyard is a family member. My granddaddy is buried there, all this kind of stuff. And then you further go down the road, and a lot of the elders of our family, like my granddaddy's brothers and sisters, there were 14 of them. Some of them have houses in this area. My great-grandparents' land is there. One of my great aunts that's closer in age to my actual regular aunt to my mom, she has a house that she built on that land and stuff. We have a creek back there, and then there's an area that I was looking through records, and that area has a plantation that has, our family name. And our family name is kind of one that's not super common. So typically if I hear someone with that name, I know they're related to me. And the plantation has that name. So like when I say like I am all the way like African American, like, you know, US continental connected lands, and dirt road country. So I find that interesting that I would be asked if I have Caribbean roots. I don't. Only other thing that's growing up, there has been people who've made comments about my eyes and kind of the way they look. I have my dad's eyes, and I would say that if they were to find like Asian or something in me, then that would probably indicate to being from the islands or something. Because y'all know how black people from the islands, there's some of everything when they do like 23andMe and stuff like that. So Chromagen said that she wasn't getting Caribbean vibes from me, which I don't think anybody would, but yeah, she says that sometimes people will pop out with the Caribbean vibes. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel like I exude the dirt road. I don't know. So, and then I'm still on the same person, right? They said tips, advice, encouragement for those who are a bit past the TWA stage and are not feeling their twist out, braid out, etc. Basically not liking any style at this length. Thank you. You know what? I feel like that is a difficult place to be in. I will say that I didn't really relate. I can't really relate to this because I did a really long transition to natural. I had armpit length relaxed hair, right? I cut it to a bob. Then eventually at some point with the bob, I decided I want to start transitioning. So I transitioned for a year and a half, and when I cut the relaxed ends off of my hair, I had shoulder length hair. You know what I mean? It would shrink kind of like to neck length, but fully extended the hair was shoulder length hair. So I've never really experienced this kind of like awkward length that people say. And so I can't really give you much advice there other than I would just say push through it. I'm so sorry. Like, or hide it. And hiding it kind of makes it where you can't really, oh, she is licking my leg, y'all. And if you've ever been licked by a cat before, it's horrible. They have hooked tongues because they're carnivores. They eat meat. But anyway, yeah, I would just suggest that you, you know, hiding it kind of prevents you from being able to actively like wash your hair and regularly do those things. But maybe that may be what you need to do until you get another inch or two, until you feel like you don't have an awkward length of hair. You know, I really can't really say much there because I did have longer hair when I went natural. Okay, so the Coily Code, which side note, can we also note here that the Coily Code changed her profile picture. I just want y'all to note that because I noticed she changed her profile picture. Have you ever had a setback in your hair care due to extreme breakage? If so, how did you recover? If you haven't, do you have any suggestions? Okay, listen, I have had several major setbacks. I will say that my YouTube channel has been pumping out videos since 2000, somewhere like 2000, maybe like 10 or 11 or something like that, 2009, something like that, but not all the videos are visible. So, D-Bar, I'll try to remember that question. I do see it, and I'll try to note to it. I like to try to scroll back on it. But anyway, what I was saying, oh yeah, so I have actually, in those times, I hid those videos, unlisted them, because I don't want to promote how I used to take care of my hair and the things that I used to do. So my blog is still visible. Okay, so that's, I think it's what-the-kink.blogspot.com. My website, whatthekink.com, also links to the blog. It's still there, my entire hair journey and everything. I used to be a blogger. All of that is still there, and some of the videos are embedded. Since they're unlisted, the videos still work. You can still watch them. And so yeah, I've had major setbacks several times. I think one time my hair was like soggy and like just like coated and stuff. So like what we would typically in the olden days call like over moisturized, which for now I've just like probably built up and coated, probably, honestly. I've had that caused my hair to snap off and break really weakly, like really weak and gummy and nasty. I cut a large chunk of my hair off after that. I did the max hydration method for some time. That caused my hair to be really dry and brittle. So I did a major cut of my hair off of after that. And then I also did, let's see, there was another time where I was using, all my products had protein in the first few ingredients. They're all heavy protein products. And it was at every single step of my regimen, like the whole thing. And I had to chop my hair off for that. Even before, like at the first few videos that are visible on my channel, where you can see me, like one of the first earliest videos, like it's in with the first 5 or 10 videos that are still visible on this channel, you can see me cutting my hair off majorly. So yeah, the coily code, I've had tons of setbacks. I have chopped my hair back several times, and I'm talking inches on inches. The last major time I cut my hair was 2016. That's that video I was just talking about. And then in 2019, I started getting my hair cut professionally. Oh wait, before that 2019, I was doing the twist and cutting my hair almost seasonally. Trying to like not go back where I came from. And then I got the curly cut for the first time, and she did cut, because my hair was completely uneven and unshaped, she did have to cut quite a bit of my hair. And that cut the last of like color damaged hair that I had. See, the damage list is long. So she did that. And then I haven't had a setback since then. I've had setback free hair, unless the setback is subtle. I've had setback free hair since then. But I used to have setback at least once a year or once every other year in the past. It's pretty bad. So yes, you can go to the blog. You can go to my website and then click through the blog if you want to see those old parts of my hair journey. But I will warn you that that is stuff that I do not recommend. That is stuff that damaged my hair. That is stuff that caused me to have to cut my hair off a whole lot. So yeah, totally lots of setbacks. Cute Nobi. Ha! Okay, so I see this one. I'm a veteran natural. I suspected as much. But I struggle with protein overload at least once a year. Now my hair is breaking at the ends, and I don't know why. It could be protein overload. My hair is hydrated. I use a blow dryer on day 2 just to dry out excess water. I wear my hair in protective styles. I try to do right by my hair. It sounds like you do try to do right by your hair. I just had a trim, but I may need to get another. Please do a video about breakage even when someone is seemingly doing all the right things. So that's the thing about my videos. Sometimes a video may be that kind of thing that you are needing or wanting, but it may have a title that may be like, okay, that's not really exactly what I'm looking for. So I will point you to some videos that do talk about this. First of all, the one video where I said my hair was breaking off until I learned this about protein, it's like a protein focused video. But that was me with the heavy protein ingredients and all the products in every single step, and I was breaking my hair off. So there's that. And then there's a video where I'm talking about length retention killers while detangling or something like that. The video is maybe 2-3 years old. And that's where, you know, I was doing something that I felt like was normal, right? And it was detangling, but I was taking out a lot of my hair and breaking my hair off when I was detangling. And I feel like for a lot of naturals, that's where a lot of the hair loss happens, is improper detangling. So those 2 videos are videos in which I felt like I was seemingly thought I was doing the right thing, but I was breaking my hair off. So there's another time where, this probably doesn't apply to you, but there's another time where I lost my edges. There's a video about that too, but that was from wrapping in the same direction. So I had to change it, and then I stopped doing it and my hair grew back. But if you're talking about protein, I wonder if you need to look at the ingredients in all of your products to see if you are using protein-based products or if you're using moisturizing products that have protein in them. And moisturizing products that have protein in them would be products that have protein much lower on the ingredients list, so your hair is still getting that dose of protein. I wonder if that's the case for you. I would definitely assess your current products that you're using, and if you are doing a strong protein treatment, like on a regular basis, I'd probably cut that out or greatly decrease that. Because if you know it's protein, then we need to attack how much protein that we're using and when we're using it and why we're using it. I feel like a lot of people are not protein sensitive. They're just using something they don't need. It's like, you know, you're wearing a coat, you're warm, you're great, and then you put another coat on. And then you put another coat on. Like, you don't need another coat. So definitely would assess that. Would definitely look into that. Check out those videos that I just mentioned. And then I would definitely watch in your routine, where are you losing the most hair? Assess that. Where are you losing the most hair in your routine? Because that may be where you need to either change the product you're using for that, change your techniques or methods that you're using for that, maybe change the methods that you're using for your protective styles. Sometimes the way you're pinning it up could be breaking your hair, if that's what type of style that you're doing. You don't really indicate what kind of style you're doing here. Also, how long are you leaving these in? And then if you're not washing your hair like after once a week like I do, you may need to use a little bit of heavier products, maybe a curl cream or something like that. That's what I put on my hair if I'm not wearing a washing gloves, a curl cream. Those tend to be a little heavier to further protect my hair and lubricate it. So that may be what you need. Oh my God, we got 17 people watching. Now for me, this is impressive. I am impressed. And 9 people liked it. Oh my God. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I may do a video, but I wouldn't be mentioning anything new, really. Honestly and truly. Okay, so moving through the pre-questions. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a break from the pre-questions. I'm gonna address D-Bar's questions because they're sitting here and they're like, I don't want them to scroll up and then I don't see it. Okay, so D-Bar says, hi, where do you stand on the leave-in deep conditioner discussion? I don't really feel like there's a place to stand because deep conditioner when necessary means do it if you need it. So if you need it, do it. I mean, that's where I am. I have not deep conditioned my hair in years because when I go and do my hair, I don't feel like I need it. But I do use a product called deep conditioner. and that's simply because when I first started doing that, I wanted to already have the product on my hair so that if I was feeling it and I was like, doesn't ain't right, then I already had it on my hair and I could just hop out and go deep condition and I would already have the product on my hair. So I don't waste product double conditioning. So with the leave-in thing, again, I use them when I feel like it. A lot of times I don't, but I do have a couple leave-ins that I like. I have a leave-ins video. I still stand by all the leave-ins in that video. I tend to have a taste in leave-ins where they're kind of more thin, they kind of slick their hair down, and they kind of work with my desire to wear a wash and go. So I'm a little picky with that taste in leave-ins. And so those are the kind of leave-ins that you will see in that particular video if you want to go check that out. But yeah, I feel like when you use a leave-in, just understand that leave-ins can possibly soften the hold of your gel and account for that and know that and understand that. So it's like the leave-in is a tool and you're using it when you need to use it, and you're also understanding the type of finish or the effect that you will get. Also with deep conditioners, again, they're a tool. So if you need it, then you do it, right? I haven't needed it in some time, but if I need it, I will do it. And honestly, I don't think, because I feel like you're probably asking that because the Black Girl Curls thing, that's literally what they say. You know what I mean? That's not any different from what they've been saying from the beginning. Is it's a treatment, use it if you need that treatment. So that still gives you the open door to use deep conditioners when you want to use them. So there's really nowhere to stand on that. I don't feel like. Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. And then it says, also, what moisturizing deep conditioner is your favorite? Like to know protein. Everybody knows that I use Mixed Chicks deep conditioner. I love that. And then I also have a deep conditioner roundup video. It is on the front of my channel page. Go check it out. Most of those conditioners don't have protein super high up. Some of them have protein just in them because I am a person that prefers to use moisturizing products that happen to have protein, given my bad history with protein earlier, me messing up my hair. So definitely go check that out. I am I'm not, a stranger to the proteins. So, all right. So this one is from the Wash and Go Chick. So going back to the questions that you guys had earlier today, she said, I have a gazillion questions. I'll share 3 for today. Okay, press me like a panini shoe, girl. All right, I'm gonna have to bring this. Listen, I swear I'm not old, but I'm over 30, but I'm not that kind of old. Would you mind telling us about how you stay fit if you work out, and also if you are still doing no S diet? Okay, so how do I stay fit? First of all, am I fit? I might be a sack of potatoes underneath here. You don't even know. Speaking of potatoes, this man ain't came home yet to give me my potatoes and come remove this cat, but she laying down. So, okay, so yeah, so my actual physique. Listen, if you're not in a space to hear about someone's weight or their whatever, you would go away for the video for a couple seconds and then come back. I'm waiting. This is teacher wait time. Okay, so if you meet me in person, I stand at 5'5". I'm the height of the average woman. I weigh 133 pounds typically. So if you can tell by that, I'm not very large. So the reason why my body looks the way it looks and I look fit and stomach be on flat for the most of the time is because I'm small. That is why. And I am small primarily because of my diet and how I eat. If you're like, where is this coming from? Go watch the How I Lost 30 Pounds or Over 30 Pounds video, and you'll kind of be clued in and caught up to speed on this. So my exercise, whether I exercise or not, is really negligent. I could stop exercising and doing what I do for exercise today. I am not going to put on that much weight, if any at all, and my body is not going to change much. I could stop today. There's the garage. And it's not going to affect. Just want to preface this with that. Okay. So do I still do no S? Yes. That is still primarily how I eat to this day. I have been eating in the no S style for over a decade at this point. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check that video out. I still eat that way. Literally. What's up, Michelle Allen? Okay. So I still eat that way, y'all. And what's Linda? You love my hair, cool, and my hair care methods, yay! But yeah, I still primarily eat that way. Okay, I am not as strict about it. I may have a sweet on the weekend, but it's very rare. Okay, and then I am now more in tune with my appetite and what I'm feeling. And I also really monitor when I eat, like when I'm done. Like if I'm not hungry anymore, then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm going to stop. So I'm not as strict about it because I'm not losing weight anymore. I pretty much maintain this 133. Okay. Even when my husband is like, I'm going to go get a donut because there's a place that's a vegan donut spot. And they have these huge square donuts. My husband's like, I want to get a donut. I can get that donut and I'm not really changing much. There she go, rather. I'm not really changing much in terms of weight. We go to the ice cream place where half their ice cream is vegan. We go there probably maybe twice a month. And I will get the ice cream. Recently, our favorite restaurant they go to, I suddenly was like, I want soft ice cream. I have a big taste for a sundae right now. And I ordered a sundae and I ate it down. She ran out. But can I have my potatoes on a plate, please? But yeah, so I'm not really as strict with it, but I do still eat that way. As far as fitness and what I do for workout, when I said in that video that I walk, that's still true. Literally, it's still true. I've been doing the same 7 day workout rotation for probably over a year. Okay, the same routine. So Monday I walk, indoor walking, a 30-minute video with Leslie Sansone. Tuesday, I do a lower body leg workout with Kelly from Fitness Blender. On Wednesday, another 30-minute walking with Leslie. What's that? Wednesday, where am I? Thursday, 15 minutes. It's a video on Leslie's channel where I'm walking. Again, indoor walking. And then after that, I do an ab workout. After that, that's only like maybe 10 minutes. I don't really think ab workouts really do that much, but I do it anyway. It's variety. Friday, 30 more minutes walking with Leslie. Okay, again. When I say I be walking like an old lady, I be walking like an old lady. I'm not playing. And then Saturday, so today is Saturday, like a 10-minute like free weights workout thing. Okay? And then on Sunday, oh, thanks. You look really flush.
Did they eat?
Yes, I gave the girls like a little meal of one slider apiece.
This morning or just now?
Like an hour ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girlies shouldn't be hungry. You just closed Miss Brea in here. You want to go out, Brea?
Do you want more? Or...
Nah, I'm good with the ketchup. Thanks.
Come on.
Okay, so they can stay. They're okay. Okay, or they want to go with daddy. Okay, bye, girls. But anyway, and then on Sunday, I do a Grow with Joe cool down, just stretch thing. Like I'm all on the floor stretching my body out and doing whatever. So really the bulk of what I do is walking. So I don't really think any of that is really burning a lot of calories or shaping my body composition or really like keeping me fit. I feel like all that stuff is doing is just maybe keeping me limber, keeping me having good knees. But I feel like what really ultimately makes me a small person is food. Food, honestly. I was looking at some videos of me from my cousin's wedding because people put me in their stories and stuff like that, and I was like, dang, I'm small. And I know it's because I used to be overweight. I used to be bigger, which I know shocked some of you guys when you saw the video. You was like, you was overweight? What you mean? Yes, true. I was overweight. So, all right. We're still with her. She said, can you share some tips on length retention? I seem to be stuck at good knees are everything. Let me tell you, I can drop it up and pick it back up, girl. Let me tell you something. Catch up now. All right. So, length retention. I seem to be stuck at mid-back length when stretched. I can get to waist length, but it tends to look uneven. That was me. I could grow to waist length, no problem. No, I could go to mid-back, no problem. But once it would get towards the waist, it would be like mad lead hair, and it would be really raggedy and really bad. And those are all those times when I was cutting back my hair. Honestly, there's major... I'm actually going to make a video about this, like length retention secrets, because I was watching a video from this person whose routine is completely different from mine, right? But she has long hair. And I'm someone who... The video was about getting over a plateau. And I'm someone who would, again, like I said, repeatedly grow to mid-back, and then when I would get towards waist, it would be just horrible. My hair would just be just terrible. And I realized that there are some common currents between her regimen and mine that I think are the basics for length retention. So to steal this from IKEA, okay? Cleanse, condition, and coat. Very important. Regularly cleanse your hair so where it doesn't get dry, right? Condition your hair, okay? Same thing. And then you need to coat your hair. So me, I coat my hair with my stylers. If I'm not wearing a styled style, like an out, like a bantu knot out, braid out, wash and go, I coat my hair with curl cream. Curl cream is like my go-to. And so you need to coat your hair. And those things really help. And then another thing I would throw in there is being careful with your care. So cleanse, condition, coat, and then care. Being careful with your care of your hair. Because like I said, detangling is when people are really, really, really like breaking their hair off pretty much, right? People break their hair off when they detangle. So I feel like those things, and then also regularly keeping up the cuts. Like make sure you're regularly getting your hair trimmed, and ask your hairstylist like what frequency is best for you. Like after you come back, be like, hey, were the ends in really bad shape? Do I need to come in more frequently? What do I need to do? I feel like those are just like general undercurrents of things that would help you to retain length. That's really all I got. You know what I mean? There could be things that are really specific for you that could help you specifically retain length. And that's that. Okay? Corey, I hope you come in here with good energy. I said how much I weigh. You can back up a live and see. I said exactly how much I weigh. But anyway, this person said, and lovely 131, when you flat iron your hair, is it fragile? If so, how do you prevent it? I don't flat iron my hair. I don't flat iron my hair, so I really can't give you any information there. All right. This person said, I'm still the same person, right? Would you mind doing a link check? Okay, listen. If I do separate videos that are link checks, they don't get views. People don't watch link checks anymore. They don't. And so what I do is I'll put link checks in update videos. So my videos that I put out in January, they're at the beginning of the year, those update videos, there are link checks in those videos. Also, I did like a fun little reel to Eve's Who's That Girl? And I'm like, taking down braids and, being really fun. There's a link check at the end of that, and that was not filmed that long ago. So on my Instagram, in my reels, it's like me wearing a black hoodie and I'm kind of like doing this. And then Yeah, Corey, totally. You can actually just like pull it back a little bit on the thing and go off of being live, and it will show you. It'll tell you exactly how much I weigh, how tall I am, and everything. Yeah. So yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so that's where you can actually see a link check. It is kind of pre-haircut. I did get my summer haircut. I get 2 haircuts a year, summer haircut and my winter haircut. Just had my summer haircut not that long ago. But yeah, that's where you can see a length check ultimately. My hair is pretty long. Like it's maybe about an inch or two, like currently after the haircut, about an inch or so beneath where my rib cage ends. And so I mean, I don't want to pull on this because the underside is completely not dry. But yes, my hair is a little bit beneath my, see, is a little bit beneath my rib cage. There you go. Okay, a little bit below my rib cage. So, and I don't do link checks. Sometimes people leave really mean comments when I do link checks or say things that I don't know if they're trying to be mean, but like they mean. And I don't like that. So I try to prevent myself from having to deal with that. Before I move on to the next one, it says, Lovely131, how do you prevent single strand knots? All right, Lovely131, I actually made a video that's not that old that's all about single strand knots. How do I prevent them? I don't prevent them because I'm not looking for them. If they're in there, they're in there. Like, they're not hurting me none. They're not keeping me from retaining length. Lovely131, I think you're new. Hey, how you doing? What's up? Welcome to my channel. But yeah, I got a video on that one though. So I got what you want, got what you need. Okay, this is why I don't go live. You see I'm over here singing and dancing while I'm eating potato dip and ketchup. Corey, we ain't gonna answer that question. All right. All right, so then she's like, okay, I got a bonus question anyway. So it says, when you do stretch styles, how do you keep your hair from reverting in Florida humidity? I really don't. So I do really, I try to limit when I do those hairstyles. Okay. So you're more likely to catch me deep fall, early winter, doing the Bantu knots and the breakdowns. Okay, summertime, I know not to come up with no doggone Bantu knot out. Now, I work from home. Sometimes I can get away with it. That video I recently did where I was doing the foam battle and they lasted all week, I was in my house and I did go outside one of those days and my hair still was fine. My hair was still fine. So I don't really battle it, but one thing I do look for when I'm trying to pick foam for those hairstyles, that foam better have ingredients that provide hole in the top ingredients. Do not play with me. Some of these foams will put the whole ingredients way down. This is Florida, baby. Don't play with me. We want the ingredients at the top. Okay? And I love when they have like polyquats in there because those are really going to like kind of somewhat protect against humidity. So all right, and then this next person says, this is, I don't know, Maya 22 or something like that, I think. If you weren't an influencer, what would be your go-to hair products? And I just linked that person a video. I literally have a video. What's up, Nikki? I literally have a video that talks about if I wasn't an influencer, what would I use? So I linked the video to them and I'm just telling y'all about it. If you have that same question, check that video. I think it's called If I Stop Making Videos, This Is What I Would Use. All right, this person wanted to possibly get me burned up and flamed up by the internet, and they asked this question. Hold on. My hands have a little bit of moisture on them, so I can't blow it up. Okay. This is from Fried Chicken 892, another name I recognize. Your thoughts on curly cuts and if they are damaging. Now look at you. I know again why they're asking this because I know Rosie Amelia had some issues with her curly cuts, And then I know that Shelly had some issues with her curly cuts, and then Narada almost like talked about it from a point of view of like correcting people's hair in that salon, and then plus being a journalist and also covering the other people's story. So my whole thing with this is I don't think the act, first of all, my thoughts don't matter. I'm not a licensed cosmetologist. You know whose hair I do? My own. I do my own hair. Okay? So, I do my own hair. So what I have to think about this really doesn't matter that much. It doesn't. But second thing is, do I think they're damaging? No, I don't. Just because, I watched her when I got my hair cut recently. She's literally just closing scissors around hair the same way that you would do if you had straight hair. So there are cutting techniques that do, like, rub on your hair's cuticle kind of roughly, like cutting techniques where they slide the scissors down, cutting techniques where they do razors and stuff like that. There are cutting techniques like that I do think are damaging to the hair. But literally, I watched her. She was just like, here's the hair. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's anything inherently damaging in that at all. And in fact, Narada said in his last video of this whole saga or whatever that in the end, he doesn't think that it's the actual act of cutting the hair that is damaging. And instead, he's like more so like the practices may be causing extreme dryness, and these people are experiencing dryness in their hair, and that may be causing damage. So I don't know if maybe this person didn't see that video from his series, the very last one where he said that, but he said that the actual act of cutting is not damaging. And that's where I'm at too. She's not doing anything that would be revolutionary that would cause damage when she cuts my hair. So no, I don't think that they are damaging. Alright, so PSR 076, which is actually here on the live. You're still here, right? Yeah. I'm gonna answer your question. I know you live in Florida and the humidity can be a handful, but do you feel sometimes you want to flat iron your hair? No. I have no desire to flat iron my hair. And the reason why is because I wore my hair straight from like late elementary school. I became a pressed natural. I have worn my hair straight since a little girl. And then I got the relaxer going into middle school. Again, completely straight hair. And then I didn't transition until maybe like my second year in college. So again, straight hair. I had long straight hair, silky, long, Barbie doll, fake looking straight hair, because my hair would always be armpit length. That's how long it was. And I feel like my curly hair now actually hangs about the same way and about the same length. My hair is casty because I literally did it today. Like, it's casty because I'm from the dryer. The underside needs to dry a little bit more. But my curly hair hangs almost the exact same way that my straight hair hung. So I don't get the itch. Like, I don't see the desire for the straight hair. Like, that's kind of what I was talking about in that video. Was like, I haven't straightened my hair in over a decade or something like that. I said is the title of the video. I just don't have the desire. So it's been over 10 years since I've straightened my hair, which goes to the other person that was like, is your hair brittle or weak or whatever when you straighten it? And I was like, I literally have never straightened my hair. So, I'm reading Nikki Nicole's comment. Yeah. I mean, I feel like sometimes the curly cuts, there's a lot of talk from those hairstylists where they're like, doing sometimes like transitional thing. We're like, well, we're going to transition you to the shape goal and transition you over to whatever, where sometimes what needs to be done is just cut the hair off. You know what I mean? Before I started going to my curly hair salon, I don't go to like someone who's just a kinky hairstylist. I go to a curly hair salon, and she just happens to service clients that have hair like mine. She has received training from Cut It Kinky way back in the day, so she's not listed on their directory and stuff like that. And I cut a crap ton of my hair off before I went to her, and then she had to cut a lot of my hair in order to create shape because it was uneven. So I had so much of my hair cut off, like it didn't have time to be, unhealthy or to need more cut off because so much was cut off. But these days, y'all, she don't cut almost nothing off. It's literally a dusting. Like it, very little gets taken off when I go to the salon. And I see that question, Chromogens. I'll get it after this one. It's another one that I saw come through right before I went live. I was like, ooh, I got it. Okay, so this one is how do you get past the awkward link phase? Which is kind of similar to a question I was asked earlier. And this one is by Mom of Two Cuties 61. Say hey to the cuties. I can't really speak to the awkward length phase because I never really had the awkward length phase. I had shoulder length hair when I went natural, like literally cut it off and your girl was at shoulder length because I transitioned for a really long time, 1.5 years. So there was that. Okay, and so then Chromogens, extra Q, do you do crafting, sewing, knitting, etc.? So I used to really, really love crafting. I used to be so into crafts, actually. It would get on my mom's nerve. She'd be like, I'm not buying another craft kit or whatever. So yeah, I do actually enjoy crafting, but I haven't done any as an adult. I want to get into like crochet. I want to learn how to do the crochet and stuff like that. But I don't currently do any crafting. I feel like creating YouTube videos is almost like crafting as well because I like put a lot of art and skill into like editing my videos and editing the thumbnails, and it doesn't seem like it because you're watching a live where I just took a little picture right before I went live. But yeah, that's almost like my craft, you know what I mean? But yeah, traditional crafting, I need to get into the crochet. I really want to do that. How'd you move from classroom teaching to your current career? This is by Lovely Girl 1975. I'm now just answering questions that are on the live at this point. Chromogens is crocheting right now. Yes. Teach me the crochet. No, like comment on like videos or something that like after the video live is over because I don't think you can comment right now. Like after this is over, comment some stuff that I can watch that you think is good. Or maybe like a book, if you think a book is better. Anyway, all right, Lovely Girl 1975. How did I move from classroom teaching to my current career? Okay, first of all, step one. This is what I did in March. I'm gonna give you the breakdown. March, got my LinkedIn together. Most teachers don't have LinkedIn. Outside of the teaching world, these people be looking at your LinkedIn. You need to have your LinkedIn together. So I use a lot of stuff there's this personality called Andrea is a Writer. She's on LinkedIn. She's on Twitter. She be tweeting up a storm. I think she's on TikTok as well. She's on most social platforms as Andrea is a Writer. She tells you how to get your LinkedIn together. And she regularly retweets her tweets and stuff like that. Follow her advice. It will give you a bomb LinkedIn page, okay? Second of all, she also talks about your resume, making your resume match the job description. Now, let's back up here. Most teachers don't know what the heck they want to do. So first thing, figure out what you want to do. The way that you can figure out, my husband has a question for awkward length people. Y'all can check the chat for that. But if you don't know what you want to do, Google jobs for teachers outside the classroom. Common teacher jobs after class, something like that. There are so many jobs that are going to come up. Like the most popular job for people when they leave the classroom is corporate teaching, oh my gosh, I can't even think about it. But corporate instructor, like people who teach at companies, like they may teach like all the professional developments, or the corporate trainer, there you go. So corporate trainer is a very, very, very common career field that people go into outside of teaching. Look this up or read the descriptions and figure out which one you are into, okay? After that, start finding job listings, whether on LinkedIn or any other search engine. You want to find jobs that have names like that or similar to, because sometimes they'll tweak them. And you need to read the job description. Scroll to the bottom. Bump all that noise they talk about at the top of the job description, because nobody care about none of that, okay? Scroll all the way to the bottom, okay? All the way to the bottom and read the actual literal skills you need. As a teacher, you will probably be able to match most of these skills to what you know how to do. I'm telling you, teacher skills make you just a jack of all types of trades, okay? So go to the bottom, okay, and read it, okay? And then you need to be making sure that those skills are displayed in your teacher resume. And your resume, I mean, you're going to switch your resume, all right? So change your resume to the functional format. That's where the skills are at the top and where you have a little blurb or whatever, and you're going to call yourself the job that you're applying for, okay? So you guys know I'm a customer success manager. It literally said customer success manager with, and if they're asking for 2 years of experience, I'm gonna say over 2 years experience of teaching others, of da-da-da-da, say the things that you know how to do as a teacher, that you're connecting your teacher skills to what they say they want to. Let me tell you something, job descriptions tell you how to get the job. They tell you everything you need to know. And Andrea is a writer, as I recommended earlier, is gonna tell you how to translate what you do and use that job description to fill that out, okay? Another thing, go for the jobs where there is a cover letter required, because people don't want to write them. They lazy. Their laziness is going to work for you. Cover letter, I had a formula for that. I could write a cover letter in 2 minutes, and it would seem like it was custom for that job. They, ooh, she writing us. I would pick 2 points from my teaching experience that tied to things that they're asking for in that job description, and I would expand on why I'm the perfect fit for those things. I had a little intro. I had literally, okay. There's a format I like to use on Pinterest. I can't link it right now because I'm here, but definitely do that. Find you a format, a formula that you can use to produce these. You need to customize this stuff, every resume. So I had the basic core resume, right? And I picked bullets of skills that I had from the classroom that matched that type of job field I was going into, so I never had to change the bullets. Literally what I would customize is that little description at the top to make it match that job description perfectly. And I would title my experience so-and-so. I would make my job title exactly what the job description was asking for, right? So I put out the resume like that starting in April is when I started. I think April might have been when I started putting the resumes out. And I mainly applied to ed tech companies. They're a dime a dozen. There's so many ed tech companies. Start looking at the careers pages of everything that you use when you're a teacher. You log up your computer. Brain Pop. Let's see who else. What's the name of the grade book people? Any of them. Just anything you use when you up on that computer. Quizzes. Okay, the ed puzzle people are really nice, and they have really nice purple hoodies. I love those. The little yellow thing, and the people are really nice. I've chatted with them, shared a couple drinks with those people. They're very nice. So literally anything you use in the classroom, the technology, all of those are ed tech companies if you're feeling more comfortable to move to an ed tech company. And like literally find these jobs and apply to them. I did. I would customize for each one. I had a Trello board and organized it. I got an interview with one company. I didn't get to the second round. I got through a screening interview with another company, and then when I got to the second round, old girl gave me a BS excuse as to why she didn't want to move me forward. I said, okay, whatever. And at that same time, I had started getting entangled with my current job. Okay, I will tell you, outside of education, the interviews are plentiful. They're going to make you do several rounds. They're going to stretch you out over months. So it took a couple of months, like over a month or so of interviewing and being involved with my current job before they finally gave me the job offer, which was in the summer in between the school year. So I had to contact my principal and be like, yes, you have all these great plans for me, all this leadership stuff, because I had got to the top, y'all. I'm the department head and all this, but you're going to have to find somebody else, boo, because I'm gone. And so after that, I started working at my current job in the summer of last year. And I got my work anniversary like a couple of weeks ago. And so I have been out of the classroom for over a year and a half. I'm telling you, teachers, it's as simple as finding out what you want to do, learning how to customize that resume, get that LinkedIn together, and apply. Literally, the jobs are like, once you get on LinkedIn especially, you start seeing the jobs are plentiful. But so many teachers are limited by, well, I'm just a teacher. I'm just a teacher. Okay, you just have a lot of skills. You can multitask more than the average person. You got one kid yelling at you, somebody late to class, you got to take attendance, you got to keep records, you got to communicate with different stakeholders. Come on, somebody. You have a lot of skills as a teacher. I use all the teacher skills in my current job, not just because I work at an educational technology company. Okay? So, for that one, and then it looks like TQK came in and said, too, that she wanted to leave teaching and do something part-time. Maybe you could consider also maybe being a substitute teacher and picking up contract work. Some of my family members do contract work. And TQK, let's talk about this too. Teachers have degrees. Let me tell you, outside of education, y'all, they don't even care what your degree is in. They literally do not care. They just want you to have a degree. Bro, blew my mind. I'm like, are you serious? This is how the people moving outside of education? Because teachers like, well, I'm certified in this, and I have a degree in this, and I got da. Outside of education, they don't even care. Do you have the ability to do the job? That's literally all they care about. Can you do this job? Are you proficient? And do you have people, references that can say that you can do it? I tell you what. Oh my God, that's the real tea. You know what, lovely girl, I'm so glad that you find this information good. I be trying to tell the folks that's trying to get out the classroom, like, y'all, listen, I'm every woman, it's all in me. You don't have to go outside. You have it in you. People keep contacting me, well, what should I upskill? I didn't do any training or upskilling at all to get my job. Because a customer success job is a job where you train people, you teach people, and you build relationships. I already know how to do that. I have almost a decade in the classroom. I already know how to do that. Okay, lovely 131. How old are you? I'm 33. You see the bags under my eyes? I ain't wearing makeup like I normally wear. I'm 33, okay? Anyways, so Chromogen said, yeah, this is what I noticed outside of science. People are looking for people that can think and adapt, not necessarily a specific education. Period. Absolutely. Do you have a science degree? My husband has a degree in chemistry, and he's not in a chemistry job. So again, like I said, they just want to know, do you have a degree? And can you do what we asking you to do? You ain't got a lie to kick it, lovely 131. Nah, I'm just kidding. Thank you. Woo. Yeah. So I'm just reading the comments. I know there's a slight delay between me talking and the comments. What's up, always, Rosie? What's good? See, you know, I was one of those people like, listen, I don't like to go live. But it's not so bad. It is not so bad. Hey, that I got on a tangent. I went on a tangent about getting jobs. But it's something that I just feel like I feel very passionate about, because I feel like so many teachers have misconceptions about leaving the classroom. So oh no, always Rosie, this might not be a good channel, because you know what? My English is very accented and country, and I get excited. So hopefully you can understand what I'm saying, because it is wild. I understand that from someone learning another language. I do speak a basic level of Spanish. I can read so well. And then I do understand what people are speaking. However, I feel like I was watching a video that said, if you want to improve your Spanish, pick a country. And I feel like inadvertently I did pick a country. So I don't know any Turkish. I speak Spanish. But I think that my country that I chose by accident is Mexico. So if someone is speaking with a dialect that is outside of that, it is difficult. Very, very difficult. Lovely 131, I do not trim my own hair. So I go and get my hair professionally cut at a curly salon. Previously it was once a year. And then I moved to getting my hair cut 2 times a year. So what do you call it? A summer haircut, and then I get a winter haircut. And I know the language haircut sounds like, oh my God, but she's really not cutting that much hair. I'm just acknowledging the fact that whether it's a trim or a full-on cut, she's cutting the hair, right? So, yeah. I do not cut my own hair. I used to. I used to twist my hair up and cut what goes off of the end of my twist. But the thing is, you should only do that style of cutting if you don't care about the shape of your hair and you don't mind your hair looking a little like stair steps and looking crazy. So I don't do that anymore. I know my hair looks crazy right now because I was under the dryer, and y'all see my video. I dry my hair all over the place to get it dry as possible. But then they're like this. You guys might not be able to see my shape really well because of how I dry my hair, and it's not all the way dry. But yeah, it's looking crazy because it's not all the way dry. Some pieces are drier than others. But I got to go out of town. I need my hair to be dry. So, you know what? TQ Cake, I actually have been to Playa del Carmen. I have been there. It was near where not my cousin, but my friend got married. So, is there something about myself that I don't like? I think you gotta love yourself or nobody else will. So, I think there's always room for improvement. But I'm not finna hate on myself because I've got to be the one that loves myself. I think a question went through on the thing. Let me go back to my channel page because I think another question came through, y'all. I think it's on the questions thing. Oh, nope. I guess that question is on my regular videos is where that question came through. So I guess not. Always Rosie, I don't think anything about you because I don't know enough about you to think anything about you. So, and I feel like it's kind of like ignorant to like have opinions about entire nations of people. That's just really ignorant. All right, so I think we are winding down, right? The questions are coming in slower. There's a bit of a delay. I'll wait. And then if it's really like quiet in the streets, then I will go ahead and hop up off of here because I've been in here over an hour trying to answer these questions as best I could. Yes, you can come and use the hairdryer. You used your Jello shot?
This shit stink, yeah.
How fancy.
I got my Shea Moisture Black Castor Oil. Straight up vinegar. Did you get any feedback for that question?
No one answered your question. I'm sure they're styling their hair. They just don't like the way that the styles look.
Well, I was saying that because I've been having wash and goes for the last 2 years, and I've had the awkward length, unlike you. And when I have that awkward length stage, it's usually because I wish I was styling it in a specific way, that I don't style it, or that I just don't like the length that it's at because it's at a weird place.
Can y'all hear him? If they can't hear you, I'm gonna make you come over here and repeat.
Oh shit. Just take it out. That's going too loud.
Okay, they said that they could hear you. No, you can dry your hair in here. I don't think it'll be too bad. I'm about to get off of here. Chromogen said that that you were heard. So yeah, so I'm not really sure exactly what he meant. I'm gonna wait till he comes back so he can clarify that. So you were saying, what are you saying about like you wish that you could style a different way? Like what exactly do you mean by that?
Well, I was originally supposed to be braiding my hair and doing different styles, like real styles, other than just doing a wash and go, because I don't consider a wash and go a style. So that's why I was asking if they're actually styling their hair, like doing Bantu knots or doing something else to make sure that their hair looks a certain way. Because when you're in an awkward stage, you can't grow it any faster, so you have to wait, or you have to deal with whatever length you have, and then sometimes that can drag on you because you feel like, well, I might as well cut it off. For me, because I'm a man, I can just go back to having my hair short. And that makes me want to cut my hair every week because I'm not seeing the length that I would like to see. And then now that I'm at the length that I'm at, it's getting so long that I don't know what the hell to do with it because I haven't been practicing any styling as far as braids or doing some extravagant. I don't need to be on it. Is that enough?
Oh my God.
That's good.
Yeah, so I hopefully, he was just saying that he, I guess the goal styles that he had aren't quite matching up with what he can currently do with his hair, but he's just knowing that he just has to have patience. I think ultimately is what he's saying. So, yeah, so I had some questions. It says, does the stylist trim your hair in a curly state? Yes. My hair, I come in with my hair like defined, like this. I wouldn't get it cut on day one. I let it get a little bit older, and so it hangs a little bit more naturally, and then I go in the salon and she cuts the wash and go that I style. So yes, I do get my hair cut in its curly state. And then do I have a video on the stylist styling my hair, trimming my hair? No, I don't. I don't feel really comfortable doing that. However, my hairstylist does have an Instagram. She has social media and she shows herself cutting hair. And so that's Jarelli Curl Stylist, I think is the name of the, she changed her thing, but I think it's Jarelli, Jarely Curl Stylist. And I think that is what, you can go and watch her cut other people's hair. And then this person said, you are most welcome, lovely 131. Then Nikki Nicole says twist or braids. So when I'm in my awkward length, I just braid it and let it grow out. And it says Mr. Wong, so that's for you.
Oh, okay. Well, I also was gonna say that for the people who don't like that awkward length, that it is also our expectations is too damn high for reality.
He said our expectations are too high for reality. Jay says, do you have any favorite hair YouTubers? Any channels you watch outside of hair content? Ooh, Jay. You done opened up a can. I'm a YouTube watcher. I love YouTube. So, let me see. So for hair, I do watch Akia's videos. She doesn't do his hair as much, but I do like that she does her lifestyle content, but it features hair in it. So it's still, you would still feel like you're getting what you subscribe for, right? So that's a love for me, all one word, and I believe it's 4, like the number 4. A love for me. I like that channel for hair. I feel like Fo Adumi, Foaduni, does some very interesting think piece type videos related to hair. Let me go on my subscriptions page and see. Hair, I do watch Will on a Win. I watch Will. He's just really funny. I'm subscribed to Happy Girl. I'm just going down my subscriptions. I'm subscribed to her. As far as non-hair channels, I watch vegan channels. So I like Mike the Vegan. It's a science channel. I still watch the Glam Twins. They don't really make a lot of hair content. I do follow, one I really love is Shell Bizzle. SHLBIZLEEE. And it's like an environmental, not wasting anything. Monica's going right there. Any favorite vegan food channels? So a lot of my favorite vegan channels aren't really necessarily like food, but I do like Sarah's Vegan Kitchen. She's cool. Sarah's Vegan Kitchen. She cooks and things like that. I do watch Mike the Vegan, like I said, is a sciencey channel. I do subscribe to Chelsea May. If you're more interested in like that 50-50 plate, the kind of way that I eat, she eats like me. Plentiful Kiki eats like the way that I eat. And also High Carb Hannah eats similar to me. And these are all channels that I watch and I enjoy. There's so many other channels that I subscribe to. I try to go outside of the big people as well, because some of them I feel are obvious, like Henry Natural watches Natural 85. But yeah. And then Nikki Nicole says, I have the Veruca Salt syndrome. I want long hair now. And she says, Mr. Juan, I definitely have unrealistic / impatient expectations. he did this. As y'all can hear, he's sitting under the hair dryer. The hair dryer is in our office, so both of our desks are here, and then directly on the other side of this light that I use for my meetings for my job is a stand-up roll-about hair dryer, and so he is sitting under that to dry this wash and go set that he just did. He bought Jello shots and is trying it for the first time because he's been irritated at the drugstore. They're not quite giving him whatever it is that he's looking for. He's not quite getting it. So Wet Line, Super Wet, and Eco Style have been just not doing exactly what he wants. And so, yeah. You know what, Greta? I have heard of Pickup Lines. I've never really watched it before, but I definitely have heard of Pickup Lines. Speaking, it's not a video, but it's a podcast. It's called Brown Vegan. I like that podcast, and she loves creator stuff. So sometimes she talks to vegan business owners or vegans that have YouTube channels or Instagram profiles or whatever. So if you want to find other channels, Brown Vegan podcast. I listen to her on Apple, so I'm not sure if there's other places where she is. But that one's really good to find out about other people or other channels that you could possibly watch. So, that too. Ooh, the delay is really bad. Yeah, so I paused a really long time. I don't know if they've increased the delay of my videos or if I'm not watching live anymore. Yeah, okay, I had to fix that. Okay, anyways, yeah, have a good weekend, Nikki. Enjoy that. I think I'm gonna pop off of here too as well. Maybe I'll go live in the future if y'all start asking me tons more questions again. Who knows? But I am going to be in Alabama for the rest of the week in my mama house because my job wants me to do something in person at a school district out there, and might as well stay with my mom and enjoy time with her. So I don't know how to end live on here. If I hit this X, let's see what happens. Oop, there we go. All right.